Hello and welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I am going to share top 5 tested tried strategies that will help you to completely transform your English communication. Before I start with the video, let me tell you, I am a person who was not well versed in English from day one. It is a quality which I have developed over a period of time, and it is now my habit that I consistently try to develop my communication. Because now, why I am talking about this communication specifically, because this is something which is a universal language and most of the people across the globe understand this language. So communication is not only about English language, but it is anything which helps you to express yourself most appropriately to the audience. And thus communication is quite synonymous with the word English learning, because most of the people around us are quite aware of this language, it being a global language. So the first tip that I would want to share with you is, one, enjoy the process of learning. So whenever you want to do something and it comes to you as a work to do or a task to do, it becomes quite boring. You will only be able to learn it because it is extremely self-motivated. Only and only if you enjoy the complete process of learning that language. For that, you might be reading some books, you might be listening to videos, you might be listening to podcasts, or listening, reading, speaking, any of these skills that you are doing, you should be enjoying that process. Now let me also tell you that this thing might not happen from day one, but there should be some self-motivation in which you should be able to drive yourself to achieve small tasks that you have set for yourself on daily basis to improvise your skills of English communication. The next important strategy is involve as many senses as you can in the process of communicating in English. So when I say I am communicating with someone, that doesn't only mean that you are actually just speaking. You can be listening to somebody, because listening, interpreting and understanding somebody's point of view is also a process of communication. And also reading something, because reading involves multiple senses, which is basically required to interpret what the writer has written. So what do I exactly mean by involving multiple senses? For example, instead of reading a book in my mind, I would prefer reading it aloud. In that process, my eyes are involved in reading the text, my mouth is involved in speaking the text, and my ears are involved in listening my voice, how I sound in that particular language. Secondly, in case if I'm listening to somebody, try understanding that what that person is saying about. In case if you are in your classrooms listening to your teachers talking in English, or if you are learning from some informative video, take a pen and a paper where you just scribble down your notes. You might not even come back to that notes and read it ever again. But this process will help more than one senses of yours to be involved in the process of communicating in that language, which will definitely subconsciously involve a lot of cells and help you to grasp or absorb it even better. And the third strategy, which has helped me to actually develop myself in terms of being a lifetime learner, is good observation. It's a good habit to keep on observing how people speak, what type of phrases they use, what are the arrangement of words in a specific sentence, by constantly listening to people around you who are good at that language. So that will definitely help your subconscious mind to learn the process of learning and understanding the language. Fourth strategy that I wanted to talk about is, for God's sake, keep all your insecurities aside. The language is not there to judge your abilities. The way you speak doesn't define how you are, how much capable you are. Only a mode of communication where humans interact with each other. Being social animal, we definitely give a lot of importance to communication skill, but making it ultimate insecurity in your life is not going to help you to learn it. If you want to learn it, you have to embrace your mistakes, you have to learn from them, you have to be confident, and you should have a clarity in your head that your language is not going to be a barrier in your ability. You are still going to be the same person that you were without speaking, but the language will only help you or catalyze the process of transferring, sharing your knowledge with the world. That is the only role a language plays. And thus, put your insecurities completely aside and just embrace the mistakes, learn from them, correct them, and then redo it correctly. That's all. It is as simple as that. Moving on to the fifth most important point is, don't try to be somebody else when you are wanting to learn a particular language. I have seen a lot of people using a lot of accent in which they try to imitate themselves to some other person completely. So enjoy the accent you have, because each one of us, each region has a different type of accent. We all speak in a specific way. That doesn't mean that our language is bad. It doesn't mean that our grammars are bad. It is okay to do mistakes. It is absolutely okay to mix up your language, your local language or your mother tongue, and the language you want to communicate, in case that the other person is able to understand that. So it is absolutely okay to talk in English if you are okay with that. So don't make English communication a benchmark for success in your life. Yes, it is a ladder, because it is a global language and you will be able to interact with maximum audience across the globe. That is fair enough. But just for the sake of talking or learning a specific language, you do not need to keep your originality aside and get completely absorbed in a different world altogether. So enjoy being yourself, enjoy being who you are, from where you belong, and just use it as a mode of communication. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and in case if you feel it is helpful for your friends, please do recommend my video to them, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.